So here we are in the backyard, and I have a little iris garden here, but as you can see, well, first of all, of course, they're all bloomed out because they bloom in spring, but they need a lot of care. I need to dig them up. You can see that their little roots need to be divided. Look at this big clump here. So I'm going to take this out, I'm going to divide them and make sure that they're happy and that they can thrive. So this big clump here, that's a problem, right? They can't really bloom the way that they should. This iris garden here is below a beautiful bougainvillea that's on my fence, and it's just about ready to show itself with all these gorgeous blooms. So I will update you with the progress. Here we go. So irises should be divided a few weeks after they bloom out in the spring. So around June-ish is when they should be divided. So I'm very late for doing this, but I think they'll be fine. So you dig up the bulbs, and as you can see, irises like to be, they will propagate themselves like this. And here we have another one that's stuck together. And so to divide them, all you do is just split them apart. See if I can do this with one hand. There's one iris, and now we have another iris. And so then I'll put those in the ground and clean up the border. So I'll probably have, oh, I don't know, maybe 100 irises from the dividing here that I'll be able to plant in other parts of the garden, and maybe even put out on the front curb for neighbors to put in their gardens. You know, the iris, I think I've told you, was my mom's favorite flower. So we have lots of them in the backyard because she did live with us for about 15 years. And I love thinking about them, and I love tending them because they remind me of her. Here's a good example of a little guy that definitely needs to be divided. Do you see? He has 1, 2 over here, and 3 over here, 4 over here, bulbs. And then of course down here, 5, it could be 6. So really this is like 7 plants. I'm not sure how well these little bulbs down here will do, but definitely these guys, when you replant them, are going to be fine. So this actually shows my neglect, which I feel shame about, but it's time for them now, and I'm giving them all the care that they need. So hopefully next spring we'll have a lovely, lovely bloom. Okay, it's the last step in the process of reorganizing and dividing my irises. I'm now planting. So I'm sitting here on the sidewalk in the evening, so it's cool. The sidewalk is warm though. And you can see that I have over here, this is the pile that I'm going to plant. See, and we'll see how far it goes, but I picked what I thought were the most robust with the largest bulbs. Then I have a secondary pile, which is, those are ones that I will consider planting if I run out of the ones that I have here. And then I have a tertiary pile over there, which are just bulbs. And those are ones that I might give away or package up and take to friends and neighbors. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to pick a bulb here. So we'll pick this one because he looks like he's ready to go on the ground. I probably could have even divided this one further here now that I look at it. But I think he'll be fine. And I'm just going to dig a little hole. It is the easiest thing in the world to plant irises. Literally. You just put them in the hole, make sure the bulb is covered up, have the little guy sticking out. Done. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right, I'll show you the final product when I'm finished. So this is the final product of all of my cleaning and dividing and planting. It took me quite a while, and the bougainvillea has dropped its leaves now, on my little garden. The iris bulbs, the little fans, some of them are quite dry. I'm not sure if this space is getting enough water, so I'm going to have to look into that. I have lots more bulbs left over. As I told you, I had 200 bulbs that I divided from this section. So I'm going to give those to the neighbors. I'll have a project about that. I'm proud of this garden. I love irises. They remind me of my mom, who I miss every day.